Work on the Buick. So you can see that it's leaking coolant, which I'll look at, but I think it's just leaking underneath the gasket here for the thermostat. I took that apart the other day and checked it, and the gasket's no good, but I have another gasket for that. You can see there's coolant sitting down there underneath the there it is, underneath the in the manifold, but it's still overheating, and you can still see from all of the yucky, rusty water all over that nice new radiator that it's a problem. Well, we have a fan that is sitting about 75 millimeters, 3 inches back from the radiator, and there's all this radiator at the top that does not have any fan in front of it. So I bought a thermostatic fan, and I put that on thinking that that would do it all. But it turns out that even with the, well, there's a lot of blades there, but that doesn't move anywhere near as much air as this fan does. So I thought that that would fix my problem, but I still had overheating. So I've put the mechanical fan back on, and it's definitely improved over the thermostatic fan, which is a bit disappointing after spending 2 days fitting thermostatic fan to find out that it actually made the problem worse. But I want a cowling to drag more air through that, because I'm thinking that we're getting a lot of air just cavitating in through the side here and just spinning around inside of here and not getting pulled back through the radiator. So I have been putting a lot of thought into what I want to do, and I bought some 1.6 millimeter aluminium sheet, and I'm going to make a cowling to go over the top of that. I was thinking of making a part to go down in the bottom, but there really is nowhere to install it. So what I'll do is I'll make a frame that's going to go round, just a 20 mil wide frame to go round all of this. I've got a couple of holes on each side to put a screw in, a bolt in. So I put a bolt in there, and I'll bolt a frame with a lip bent up on it to mount the cowling on. And then I will make a cowling which I've just designed, which I'll show you a mock-up of. So here's the table I've been working on, and here's my initial sketches. And here is Mark 1 there and Mark 2 of a half size mock-up. So Mark 1, this will just go onto the radiator like that, with the top of the radiator at the top there, and as you can see with this one, the fan will go in there. So they'll just go up against the radiator and be held in place by that rack, that frame that I've put in. So the first one, I actually just cut the side square on the paper, and then have a section coming back here which is cut in and stapled, but then I realised that was probably not the best way of doing it. So Mark 2, this one is just a single piece of sheet along the side, including that 45-degree front, and just a tab on the front that allows me to join this together up here. So there will be a piece of material on a frame coming up inside of here, and I'll be able to screw onto it, and the fan will be obviously in there, and I've made that so that the fan should be half in, half out on the curve of the blade, sweeping around. It should be sweeping that way to pull the air. So I'm hoping that with that I can get a lot more air coming up and through the radiator and not just cavitating around on the side of the fan. So this afternoon, after lunch, I will make up the stuff out of aluminium and see if I can get it to fit. So I've made a cardboard mock-up of the actual size, and on this side all looks fine, but on this side the horn is mounted, and it's interfering by about 30mm or something with that. So I guess I'm going to have to look at how I'm going to mount that horn. There's a couple of screws down here that I've got nuts on the other side, but yeah, I guess it shows why it's worth making up a test piece before you get too far. But we are close, so I will have a look at that horn and see what I can do.